All right, we're back. I do actually need to correct my green screen because I moved it this weekend. But I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and also mess with my live streaming stuff over there on YouTube, and we're gonna put some tunes on real quick, guys. So I'm gonna be just a second, but we'll be getting KOTOR 2 pulled on up here before long. Also, I was wrong in chat. 2 weekends ago was Father's Day weekend. I was thinking it was this past weekend because I had family up and everything, but really it was 2 weekends ago. But yeah, I gotta get this thing moved. So let's see. Over here, we gotta pull our deal over. Alright. Getting there. We're getting close. We're getting real close. Alright. How close are we now? Ooh, I think we got it all covered. There we go. I think that's all I had to do, guys. I think we're pretty much good to go. I got myself a big bottle of water today because I don't know if you guys are experiencing the same thing basically where you guys are at. But we're currently dealing with a heat wave here. It's supposed to be like, we're at least supposed to have a heat index of like anywhere between like 100 and 110 for the entire week. Like nothing but wind and heat. But yeah, guys. Hey, Dom Dom. I'm gonna go ahead and get this stuff edited real quick, and we'll be jumping straight into KOTOR 2. Now, there's also a chance, guys, that we could jump into a little bit of Star Wars.
One does not simply ignore the like button.
You said, sir, I put you on my top priority for notification and haven't seen you for 2 weeks. That's gonna be a notification issue on TikTok's end. I was gonna say, like, I know some people when they stream, what they will do is they will share their own stream so everyone who follows gets the notification. I have yet to figure out how to share my own stream. Like, I figured I'd be able to do it on mobile, but I just don't know how to do that exactly. Christian, have you joined the Discord? I was gonna say, if you join the Discord, every time I go live, every time I put a post out, you will always get a notification in the Discord. But yeah, like, just to make the notifications a lot easier, I do currently have a QR code on the stream there in the top right corner. So if you ever want to join the Discord, man, you can hop in, and usually we're kind of chilling and chatting about Star Wars. Dalton he's specifically requested I stream on a certain day in July, which I don't have any plans for that day so far, so it's like, I think I'll be able to stream, and it'll end up being like a Friday in July. He said, but anyways, what's up, everything good? Dude, yeah. Hell yeah, man. I got to hang out with the family Friday, Saturday, and Sunday nights. So like Friday I never streamed. Just because I had family up from, I had family that's from, they live out of town. They live out of state basically, and they came up for the weekend. Said homie is getting a birthday party request. But yeah, dude, like I got to hang out with the family. I got to see my nephews. It was a lot of fun, man. A lot of fun. It's like anytime I get to see that part of the family, like I'm always gonna take my time to go see them and spend time with them. My oldest brother, I don't get to see him too often because he lives out of state. So, but yeah, dude. So let's go. We're going to lock you into the dark side. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, Danny. Let's go, man. I'm gonna get my edit in real quick. Hold the leak out. There we go. Usually I do this as I'm like starting the stream up. Tonight I was just like, I basically played one song while I was pulling up the old stream, and I just jumped right into it, man. But I'm gonna go ahead and do this real quick. Nope, there we go. We gotta add like I'm doing like just stuff I usually do when I have my stream is starting screen up, but I'm doing it now because I kind of jumped into things a little too early. But hey, we're big chilling. We're chilling, listening to some tunes. Oh, Knights of the Old Republic 2. I'm waiting for Dalton to get in here because I know he loves Star Wars Episode 3. And guys, I think I might play a little bit of Star Wars Episode 3 to end the night tonight, but for most of the night we'll be grinding out KOTOR 2. So if the streamer likes playing Darkseid, I want to see him be very selfish in Red Dead Redemption 2. Are you talking about lassoing up characters and just dragging them behind your horse? Like that kind of stuff? Dude, you said play the hunt on episode 3. Well, whenever I boot up episode 3 tonight, Prince, I'll basically just be starting from the beginning. So it just depends on where I get to and how far in the game I get. You said intrusive thoughts, very much yes. Dude, Christian, okay, so first of all, lassoing up NPCs and then just dragging them is a lot of fun. Have you ever lassoed them up and tied them up and put them on the railroad tracks? I know it sounds insane. That's the intrusive thoughts winning when I do that. Like sometimes you just gotta go out of your way to try stuff. But yeah, I think we're... Yep. Okay, I got everything saved. We are good to go, guys. You like taking them to the edge of a tall cliff. Oh, then you just toss them. Dude, I've had moments playing online, like my first time playing that game online, like my very first experience, I had some random person find me out in the wilderness as I was going through the tutorial missions. And he would lasso me up, tie me up, he killed my horse, then he drugged me like several miles in a direction, and then he just shot me as I was lassoed up. That was my experience, my first ever online experience in Red Dead Redemption 2. Insane, man, insane. People don't care in Red Dead Redemption 2. They don't really give a shit, man. They just kind of do whatever they want, which is cool and funny at times. But when you're the one getting killed and you're the one they're just dragging halfway across the map and there's nothing you can do, it really does suck. Kind of ruins that experience. But yeah, we're gonna get everything kind of moved over, guys. And yes, guys, yes, I don't know if you guys remember or if you forgot, but we are running. Oh, the OG Xbox. Here we go. I haven't booted this thing up in a few days. Not since the last time I streamed. Oh no, my webcam. Okay. Here we go. Let's get that on up. I gotta pull my webcam back. There we go. Alright, I think we're all good to go, guys. Said, as I recall, you just beat, yeah. Because she was back at the ship. The ship was empty. I was like, what the hell's going on back here? And it was literally at that point in time, I realized, oh, that's what Dalton was talking about earlier in the night, was literally that whole encounter, which I just got to at the end of the stream while he was at it, at the beginning or like halfway through the stream. Christian, you said that you wish Bastila, hold on, let me get this source changed, there we go. You said you wish Bastila was a real girl. She'd be fine as hell. A similar character in this one who's kind of like Bastila. Is that what you're saying, Prince? All right, I think we are good to go, possibly. I did just get an email from Restream. I'm gonna check something real quick. So Restream's like what I go through for multi-streaming, and it was just telling me it was basically telling me that Kick wasn't connected. I just want to make sure we still got Kick running. Make sure our stream's up on Kick. Okay, I think it is. Yep. Perfect. I'm just checking that real quick, but we're good. I think we're all good to go. That reminds me, be careful who you spend time with. I mean, if too much time with your new companion. Gotcha. Ooh. Dude, I need to spend some more time with Atten. Convince him to come to the dark side. That's what I need. He said, in the handmaid will not talk to you. Oh man. 19. Where are we at? 19 hours, 35 minutes. Yep, right here. Well, is there even a... That's the Enclave sub-level. Oh, I guess that was really... That was it. Okay, game 4 right here. Alright, let's do this.
The beacons of Gondor lit.
Kendra, thank you so much for sharing the live. Much appreciated. Prince, you said you've converted her to dark numerous times. Are you talking about the handmaid? Or the handmaiden? Prince, thank you so much for the like and live, man. Dude, that's cool. I didn't know you could do that, man. That's dope. He's here. Dalton's here. Let's go.
Dalton used blinker.
Let's go, Dalton.
Here we go.
Let's go, Dalton. Cheers, bud. Let's do it. Let's do it.
2, 1.
Let's go. My pen can't make big clouds. Dalton, can yours?
The beacons of Gondor lit.
Dude, Dalton, thank you so much for sharing the live, man. Did shake my head, no fooling around or nothing, Dalton. Hey, Dalton got straight to it this stream. Dude, hell yeah. Alright. And guys, first lightsaber. We just built our lightsaber in the last stream, or our last stream. This is where we're leaving off from, is literally just build our first lightsaber in KOTOR 2. So no, I gotta make sure my people get their greens. Let's go, Dalton. Dalton's like, I need this man less stressed. More blinkers. Yo, what up, JJ? You just beat this 3 hours ago? Dude, hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. Does the ending on this game compare to the ending on KOTOR 1? Which KOTOR 1 I've played through and beat now. He said, you want me to put her in the party? Click, okay. Dude. Alright, out of the ship. Okay, bet. Wait, you said click the right stick? Hold on, let me go back. Oh, too close. I can barely see her. Ah, you know, the graphics quality isn't that great, so it's maybe once we step out of the ship, you gotta switch to her. Oh, gotcha. Yes, Dalton. Yes. JJ, you said no, it's different. He just takes off from. Oh. Okay, so I don't even know where I'm at. She's dark side, guys. Oh. Guys, she's going full dark side with us. Is it Makakor? Disappeared. She is indeed, dude. Prince, yes. Okay, so really, man, really, do we run her and Atten and try to convince Oh, dude, Atten's even going dark side, bro. Where am I at exactly? Like, I don't know what planet I'm at. Is there a way, maybe the galaxy map will show us where we're at exactly. You said T3 as well, gotcha. But not ordered your, oh, you got a NeoPixel? Oh, no, Dalton, no, you typed in the wrong address, dude. It said Dantooine, yes, okay. I can't remember if see, now I can't remember if I've completed all the quests. I think I had to basically talk to some people, complete a few quests that way, and then move on to, you know, whatever. I know I had like a couple things left to do. You're ready to... Oh, that's right, Prince. Well, before I attack the main building, I think what I'm going to do is talk to some people, complete some quests, get some XP, and then proceed on with... I'm not even going the right way. And then we'll proceed on with that last fight, because I know, like, everything's building up towards that, right? And I never know whenever we're getting towards the end of, like, the last of the quests on a planet, I never know if we're gonna get sucked into, like, another mission, or if we'll actually have a chance to just go to the galaxy map and then, you know, choose our next planet, then go. Like, I never know what's coming up and how we'll transition. Like, if I'll be able to make the transition manually into the next map, or if it carries us over automatically. Alright, you said T3 as well? Wait, why not Atten? Bring Kriya? Well, I guess technically she's a Jedi Sentinel? Okay. Talk to the militia to get paid for the Kinrath. Oh, yeah. Okay. Now I should be able to just exit? Yes. We'll do that, man. We'll do that, Prince. And T3 for visuals. I was going to have you check those out for them. And oh. Gotcha. Okay. Domri, dude, why are you, he's just sitting right here. He just waits for pets. That's all he does. And then one thing I'm gonna do as well, because I didn't do this earlier, I want to go ahead, get my stream pulled up. I haven't even, you know what I realized? I haven't even tested like my lights, but I know they were flashing earlier, so we're good there. One thing I didn't check was YouTube chat. I might do that real quick. If I just type in a test message. Oh, it comes through. Perfect. Okay. That I never did check earlier. All right, we're good to go, guys. We can level up, or do we save our level ups for later? I guess we could always do too. I'm sure these guys are both gonna be weak. We haven't leveled T3 up at all. Let me just hit them with one level up at least. Pump into awareness. We got computer use, repair, security. Go. So save your next MC level up until after the final battle on day 2, and you'll see why I got you. Okay. Something big's gonna come up. Never know if you're gonna need that health. Oh, dude. Okay, we got... Gearhead. This is repair, security, and computer use. Oh, hell yeah. You know we're going to need that. As T3, that's going to be insane. But we also got these upgrade classes, which are tremendous. I mean, they should help a lot. Could also run toughness. I'm just going to run Gearhead. That just naturally falls in line with the droid.
How may I serve?
Bro, she's a baddie. What's her, she's got a lightsaber, right? No? Hold up. Oh, we gotta equip some stuff, guys. Immunity immunity, 75% versus fire. That's crazy. Run that. We're gonna give her a shield. What up, Domri? What's up, dude? Alright, and then I thought maybe we had another lightsaber? Maybe not. Dude, no way, we don't have a... What's this thing? Oh, the Riot Buster? Cleaver. Dude, that sucks. Tell me I gotta make another lightsaber? Think you broke hers in the fight. Oh shit, you're right, Prince. So we gotta get her a lightsaber at some point too. Okay. Persuade +2, charisma +1. That sounds crazy. Probably just run Dex 1. Look at that bonus feat weapon focus. Bonus feat weapon focus. It's like a rifle, a pistol. That's kind of nuts. So find her. You can find her one on Narshada with a bit of mischief. Ooh, okay. I like that. It's attractive headgear, includes a voice enhancement. Now we're just gonna give her attack modifier +1, reflex +1. That's cool. Kinda like it. And then we gotta go to T3, make sure we got him with upgraded gear. Go, that's a lot better already. Skills computer use +2. This is no different. Okay. Oh, dude, we can upgrade some of these, some of our weapons. Ion striker. I think I'm gonna keep the shock arm, and then I'll run flamethrower. Oh, that looks nice. Mark 1. We got the Mark 1 equipped. I'm gonna go with the barrier there. Oh, T3 can't run those. Okay, so we're gonna go. There we go. Run 2 and 2 on each with T3. Oh, dude, we're cruising. We're about to cruise now. Now I just gotta figure out who to talk to, where to go.
A Jedi.
Right stick as the other characters. That's what you're saying. Wait, what do you have against the other? What do you have against Jedi? If you warn the others, I'll destroy you. I really don't care. If you warn the others, I will destroy you. I'm gonna tell them that. I'm gonna see what happens.
I'm sorry, Master Jedi. I won't tell nobody if you spare me. I promise.
Oh, dude, Dark side Prince, yes. Yes. We're gonna kill him. Because, guys, this is a full-on dark side playthrough. We got to. I'm gonna choke him. That's how it goes down.
As you acted, suddenly I acted. It is like we were fighting in tandem as a force bond. Though I do not feel the same connection. Your impulse to kill, to attack that one, I felt it mirrored in me. It was a strange sensation.
Dude, wait, what?
It was as if I had no choice in the matter.
Guys, don't tell me. Don't tell me they're gonna do what they're gonna do. So if we're making bad choices, they are going to follow and make the bad choices with us too. It's like we have a power of some sort to where we get these people to follow us, and then they follow our intentions, and they basically reflect what we do. Dude. And then this has now come up like a few different times between different characters. This is insane. It makes me wonder what's going on here, and there's something bigger playing a part here. Okay, force bonds, you always have a choice and you made the right one. You always have a choice and you made the right one.
Nevertheless, the impulse was strong.
This is cool. This is really cool. Like there's something huge going on.
Yes, that bond that develops between master and their apprentice. Or between those that feel the force. Traumatic moments can bind. Just as proximity and slow growth may bind as well.
Okay, cool. You always have a choice, you made the right one. Enough, let's continue on. Just be silent, we have work to do.
Perhaps.
Is she gonna... Oh, okay, never mind. Cool. Oh, we gained influence with her by doing something really bad. If I talk to her now. My life for yours?
I will answer what I can.
Alright, they're gonna do whatever. Alright. Let's head back. I need to figure out where to go. Who do I need to talk to? That's the real question. Pop out that journal. The administrator is desperate for any aid you can give her against the upcoming mercenary attack. Cave crawling, you've killed the Kinrath matriarch. This will hamper the Kinrath's ability to procreate, which should make the Kunda plains much safer in the future. So I gotta talk to Zeron, the militia leader. Okay, and then Lost Jedi. Okay. Sadie. We gotta go talk to that person. He's probably still investigating the swoop bike wreckage on the Kunda Plains. So he's the guy that we gotta go talk to. Because we found the sensors. You said that she's blind, Prince? I did not know that. So that's why she wears her headdress over her eyes? I gotta go back to the plains as well. Enclave, courtyard, no, crystal cave. Yeah, we gotta head back out here. Crash site, enclave, courtyard. Does it go in the first person perspective with her? Okay.
My life is yours.
Oh, what the hell? She's got like some sort of thermal view. Her eyesight's straight thermal, man. She's just picking up heat signatures. She sees through the forces, the alignments. T3's a little different looking. Just feels like I'm looking through a camera.
How may I serve?
Alright, dope. Okay, so I was gonna head south. So that's cause he's still light side. Dark side, he sees red, gotcha. That's cool. But there's not actually any place to go down here. That was just a complete waste of time. Go out to the plains, we'll go talk to this guy by the crashed speeder. Everything's blurry, man, with that night speed. What's over here? Can't remember. Enclave Courtyard? I just don't think he was over there. The cave is over there. There's actually a group of people over here. Let's check this out. It might have been one of these guys that we had to talk to anyways. To the right. As cool, yes, this guy.
Are you ready?
Oh, no, I'm not ready for this.
Return to me when you are ready for us to begin.
He said, to the right of the caves. Oh, yeah, he's right there. Up on that hill.
I don't suppose. That's great news.
Let's go. Ooh, it sounds like it's worth more to you than that. Oh, bet. Paid 3,000 credits for all of them?
It is worth more to us than that. I'll pay you 4,000 credits for the lot of them.
Guys, we're getting 4,000 credits. Yo, let's go. Here you go, I'll take the credits. Yeah.
Thanks for your help on this.
Yeah, I
Here are
want
the
those
credits
credits,
as
man.
promised. I'll get this to Zeron when I get back to Kunda.
Alright, we got a shit ton of credits. We got some XP. That quest is all taken care of. Solru, I think we gotta talk to. Having trouble with Joran, a salvager who sold him back his own salvaged moisture vaporator. Rebuild HK, we still gotta do that too. You confronted the escaped criminals in the restoration zone and killed them. Alright. TSF bounty. You found. Okay, so we found him in the apartment. Alright. I don't know if any of those were. That's all past stuff, I think. Yep. Completed quests by time. Alright. Let's get out of that. So that's where we need to go if we're wanting to just continue on to the last section of this game. This planet, crash site, Enclave Courtyard, Crystal Cave. Dude, honestly, I'm tempted to just do this fight. I think it'll be a lot of fun. I might just go ahead and do this.
Are you ready? I won't wait long for you.
Oh, here we go.
Fine. What are you expecting, a reward? You'll get your payment when you see the job through to the end. The only thing I'm interested in here...
Alright, I say let's do it. Before I actually hop into this, guys,
Return to me when...
I'm gonna go ahead and save. Gotta save. 'Cause I don't know what I'm getting into. Alright, we're gonna head out, guys. We're gonna roll out. So it's ready to begin.
You heard the Jedi. Move
Let's
out,
go.
men. Come
Let's
on,
go, guys.
Jedi. You're leading the first wave.
Hell yeah, let's do it. The first wave? Put me in the front, dude. Oh, we'll take control fast. We got Force Lightning on our side. Boom. Should have just all exploded like that as soon as they're shooting. Let's go. First wave, boys. Let's go. What's going on here? Can I not do anything? I have no control over what's going on. Where's my guy? Am I not leading the first wave? Like, what's going on here? Oh boy. Oh, this is interesting. What's this gonna load me into? Surely we'll be able to go through this battle, right? The Jedi Civil War changed all of that. Dantooine being once a tranquil world. Malik
I should have stopped you long ago. Your machinations end here, outcast.
Oh, well, okay. I'm gonna say don't make me kill you, Rook. Well, no, you've lived too long, old man. I like that answer a lot better.
No more words. Defend yourself or perish.
Let's do it. What we got here? Oh, I can't. Wait, why is my party here, but I can't use them? What? I don't know, maybe they're stunned or something. Dark side, guys. Dark side points. Let's go. That's all I'm going for. We got XP. We also received a short lightsaber. So, guys, we could run with a long lightsaber, or a normal lightsaber, and a short lightsaber. I love that combo. Oh boy. Oh boy, I don't have shit for heals. I did not think this through, guys. I got an advanced map pack. Let's see what happens. I mean, we're about to do a number here. I might run choke until he's like until he's actually like choking and he can't make a move or do anything. else we got? Actually no, I need to go to my items. Gotta go advance my bag now. There we go. So that's the proper way to do it. Okay, we did a move, med bag. Good stuff. Hold 2 weapons in each hand. We're gonna run Force Scream. If we can run a debuff. Nope, we're running Flurry, bro. I gotta run grenades. Hold on, boys. Hold on, guys. Didn't do anything? Are you kidding me? Ah, bro. He's gonna get me in one swipe. Oh boy. You said dual wield, I think. That's how it's spelled. Gotcha. Yeah. Oh yeah. Dual wielding right now. Let's see. Strength +4, no. Constitution +6, yes. And then, dude, then I'm gonna have to run. I don't know if I can run much more, to be honest. I might be doomed because I don't have the right stuff on me. Yep, I knew it. Is it buff? We'll load last save game, and we'll just jump right back into it. And I mean, we do have a shit ton of credits, so if we have to, we can just go buy a bunch of heals. I think we just made like 4,000 credits. Probably more than that, actually, from completing like the other 2 quests. Maybe, I don't know. I'm thinking about maybe doing that. Oh, this is cool. We can actually upgrade it we can upgrade stuff on the fly. I forgot about that. Can I equip any different armor? These Dark Jedi robes are kind of nice, though. I'm not gonna lie. Generating force points. I mean, see, like I can run heavy armor. Does that that probably affects my ability to use the force, doesn't it? Does not restrict use of force powers. I like that. Force armor helps when wearing robes. Gotcha. Okay. I might run this. This looks nice. This initiate armor. Okay. So that's defense bonus 1, defense bonus 1. This gets us like defense bonus 4. was what, 4, and then max dexterity bonus +4, which is cool. It said Dex helps with defense. Okay, and then where can I, like, I can't remember where exactly I could buy stuff. Do I have to go into the Kunda base? I probably do. I probably do to buy some stuff. Because I want to... What I'd like to do is just go buy some med packs, just to be safe. I feel like that's going to help me more than anything. So it will help a lot. That's what I was kind of figuring. Oh, yep, this guy. Let's go. Oh, he's got nothing. Dude, I completely bottom out, I guess. What? Surely there's like something inside I can grab, right? There's no way like he's the only guy to buy stuff from. So inside should be a store. There we go. Alright, here we go. So we'll load up on med packs. Yeah, cause like there's always at least one merchant or one person that you can buy stuff from who will always have like an infinite amount of at least just like your standard med packs. Won't be the receptionist. These settlers. See what he says.
Welcome back.
Oh, I'll be going.
Any luck on getting my... What do you want to know? It's right next to...
A lot of people here hate Jedi.
I gotta figure out where this guy is gonna be at.
Zeron was right about the mercenaries all along. I guess my ego clouded my judgment.
It's Adam Larp. I remember this guy from, you know, our first time ever going to Dantooine on KOTOR 1. Medpack, infinite. What else he's got? Do a Trandoshan sword looks nuts. What else they got? Okay, so I guess I don't really have what I... Oh, this is a lightsaber upgrade item. Damage bonus 2. What's he got? He's got infinite amount of these. Okay, bonus max. They got vitality max plus 8 points. These are all nice. Cool. Let's go back to medpacks. In inventory. Dude, we're like 20, bro. 25, maybe? Yeah. Honestly, I'm just gonna go 30. I feel insane for doing that. There's probably better stuff I could be sending my putting my stuff on. Yo, what up, Ader? What up, A1? Yo, dude, what's going on, man? Welcome back to the stream, dude. Pretty much just getting back into KOTOR 2, and then I think to kind of end my night, I might start into just a little bit of Star Wars Episode 3, just to kind of change things up a little bit. It's like my main focus is still KOTOR 2, but it'd be kind of cool to like check out Star Wars Episode 3 and kind of get familiar with it, because that's going to be like our next grind. Still got a ways to go in KOTOR 2 though. Oh dude, the Sith Disruptor looks crazy. It says damage unstoppable. What else we got here? Like, that'd be like a cool weapon to run with T3, in my opinion. Like, I don't know how good that is. It's a shit ton of credits though, 4,000 credits, and I've got 4,500. I could also, I kind of want to run this Dragite lens and, you know, eventually use it for like another lightsaber upgrade. So doing epic here, he's killing it, still at work. But always here, hell yeah, daddy. Dude, I appreciate it, man. You said how much percentage completion you on? I'm not too far. I'll check it out here. I'm almost done with the first planet that I have visited, if that makes sense. Dantooine is the first planet I've gone to since I got the Ebon Hawk back. And I'm almost done with it. I'm basically on the final mission. Ooh, that looks fire. Stun, fear, horror. I get immunity to stun, fear, and horror if I run this nerve amplifier belt, but it's 9,200 credits? That's insane. Okay. That's some crazy stuff. I kind of like these infiltrator gloves though, because they give us computer use +4, security +4, dex +2. I might pick it up. What's this given? Awareness +1, dex +1, wisdom +1. So that's also pretty nice. This is gonna be dex +2, security +4, computer use +4. That'll be sick to have. I'll love that. Okay. And then let me check these shields real quick. We got energy, absorbs energy, sonic, electrical, piercing, slashing. What else? Absorbs energy, sonic, cold, heat, electrical. Okay. Alright, I think we'll be alright. Is T3 with me? Yes, he is. Let's check this. Can you upgrade an item? And let's see if I can... Ooh, hold on. Ooh, guys, okay. I don't think those do a ton for us. Maybe they do. Damage immunity, 10% versus energy. Immunity, attribute, damage. Special... Ooh. Armor weave, underlay mark 2. Interesting. Heat shielding, we got overlay mark 2 versus Sonic. Just do that for now, and then upgrade our lightsaber. We got the Dragite lens. Let's assemble it. Alright. We're still gonna run red. Alright. not put my weapon away? There it goes. I wanted to put that back, man. What's this? Private door? Okay, never mind. Wait. Nope. Nope. We actually cannot get into that. Also, let me go. I wonder if I just look at my saves. It'll give you at least my hours spent. Which I think I've got like 19 to 20 hours or something. Alright, now we should be good on med packs, I would think. I've got a feeling that this could be a tough fight. I don't know. Starting to think it'll be tough. We got 30 med packs though. I mean, we're at least like, we have a good amount of heals on us, so I feel a lot more comfortable. I also don't understand why it's just like a 1v1 fight and why my party's not involved. Unless that's just like how it is, and that's just how that boss fight has to be. Alright, now let's go talk to our guys. Over here, they'll be by the cave. We'll run night speed, guys, and then we'll just head straight over. And so earlier we had robes on, and we had like, it was like defense bonus +1. This time around, guys, we'll at least have a defense bonus +4, so we got better gear equipped now. And we upgraded our lightsaber a little bit. And then we also picked up a shit ton of med packs. So now, I'm gonna save again, and I'll talk to this dude. Let's go through that whole thing. We'll save on top of this, because we're basically looking at the same thing. I know that's how it saves that image.
Are you ready?
Okay.
I won't wait long for... You heard the Jedi. Come on, Jedi. You're leading the first wave.
Alright. Can we skip this? Because I know what happens here. Maybe not. Maybe we're forced to watch this every time, so maybe we'll save right before we fight this dude. I could tell they try to make that like a cinematic scene there, and it's just, that's all they had to work with in 2003, 2002.
I should have stopped you long ago.
All right,
your machinations end here, outcast.
This man.
No more words.
All right, cool. So we're back here. I'm gonna save, actually, believe it or not, because I feel like we're in a really good spot now that we have all those med packs. That was right before, so we're gonna save right here. Those are our 2 load spots that we can use. Alright, now maybe we run Plague first. And then maybe I try Choke. We got Dark Side points gained. It's XP, alright, bet. And we got the double-bladed lightsaber this time? Oh, come on. I wanted the short lightsaber, not the double-bladed, man. Well, I won't ever put that on my character, I can tell you that right now. Alright, here's what we do. While we're going through making our moves, we're gonna heal. And we'll start running buffs as well between moves. Alright, and I still, let's see here. Strength, oh. Constitution +6, yes. Cannot use it yet. Okay. Cool. And your entire party has been killed. Cool. Load last save game. Let's do that. This is perfect. Like, now we can just keep jumping back into this. And just keep grinding this out till we beat them. It seems we feel very squishy right now. I'm not gonna lie. Like, it's not taking us much to go down. To use shields, I guess I didn't really think about that. What's like a lightsaber count as? Like, what kind of damage? Is that just energy damage? Why does he get the chance to just run up on me this time? He never had that opportunity before. When I'm gonna run the armband, that won't work. He said he has nothing. I think it's both physical and energy. Mandalorian melee shield, maybe? Maybe we would run like that, and then energy. What's that? Yeah, I might just run it. Cold, heat, electrical. We'll run these. We're gonna go Mandalorian melee. Look at that. We're almost dead already. We're almost dead. We took one hit and we're almost dead. So like now we're just like already panicking and having to pull out heals. There's nothing we can do. And we haven't even gotten a move off. Alright. So now I'm just standing here doing nothing. That's cool. Choke? I don't know. Well, if it fails, we're cooked for sure. Oh, it failed. Look at that. Constitution +4, that would be nice too. Strength. Constitution +6, battle stimulant. Battle stimulant's pretty nice. So is this. We're gonna keep running some buffs. Said he is. We'll get them. Battle stimulants next. Alright, still can't use it. That's great. We're for sure gonna die here. Advanced med pack. Don't mind if I can't use it. I'm done. I'm dead. Yep. I knew it. I knew it. I tried to use it and I couldn't. There's a chance I'll be stuck here for a minute. Seeing as our approaches just aren't working. It's like I can't keep my distance. That's the problem. If I could keep my distance, then I think I'd be all right. Unless I just gotta keep running from him, which could be a thing. Like he's already just on my ass and it doesn't matter, and I'm about to just damn near die right here as soon as he swings. Where's our shields? Okay, we just did that real quick there. Let me just get right into our stuff. Start using these. I'm only gonna do a med pack, and then we'll run Horse Scream. All right. Look at him. What's he doing? He was healing. Oh my god, I'm an idiot. He's got heals too. This doesn't feel like a fair fight. Yeah, do it, bro. Do it. I dare you. Alright, we're right back to this advanced map pack. There you go. Choke. Still can't get him with that. That sucks. Choke again. Let's run. I don't really know what to do, guys. Battle stimulant. I'm gonna run it. Oh, look at that.
Note the strength of his force powers. He is desperate to finish you quickly, so he uses a potent form of the force. Defeat him by going on the defensive and absorbing his attacks with the force. He will quickly run out of energy, and then you can finish him easily.
Are you arrogant enough to think you can divide your attention while fighting me?
What? What? Oh. One can learn simply from observing their opponent.
You think you can learn my technique just by watching me?
See what he
It takes
does.
a Jedi Master years to perfect it.
Nevertheless, I've learned your form and I will use it to kill you and the rest of the Jedi? Dude, and then our other response is it takes years for Jedi to learn anything, restrained as they are by the Jedi Code. I love that.
It's not possible. You
See how he
must be
responds,
stopped.
dude? Hey, here we go. Choke him. Doesn't ever seem to land, does it? Plague? Nope, 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 yep. Get that med pack. Run it. Run it. Let's run it, boys. Will we stop? I promise you. Guys? He's hurt. Let's go. Yes, yes. Let's go. Okay, we finally did it. After so many tries, we're finally here. What was that? I feel stronger. What happened? My perceptions feel strange, expanded. I feel stronger.
It is something the Sith,
Yes.
the assassins that stalk us, can do. It is of the dark side, the ability to feed on life, the Force. The closer one comes to it, it makes them stronger for a time.
Oh, let's go. That's cool. That's really cool. How do I know how to do it?
Not all techniques in the Force are learned through practice and training. This
Alright.
is something instinctual, born from experience. It is a way that they fill the hollow places where the Force used to be.
You should have let him live. He would have fetched a fine price on Nar Shaddaa. Kunda is ours, thanks in part to your assistance. Here, Take your reward,
We got a
Jedi.
reward. Practically handed Kunda to you on a platter. I'm gonna persuade.
I'm already giving you more than... Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a date with the administrator, and I'm dressed to kill.
Do I lose out on those credits?
The Republic won't stand for what you've...
I was going to make it a painless death, but you've been much more difficult than you had to be.
Ooh.
Now you're going to
What's
pay.
he gonna do? Oh, he's just taking him. He's gonna put her in prison. That's literally all he's gonna do. We did get the 8,000 credits though, guys. I tried to persuade, but it didn't work. I think we needed a higher persuade. We got a fencing emitter. Maximum force points increased. Oh man, what do I do now?
I've got nothing more to see.
What's this guy gonna say now?
Our business is...
Business is concluded. That's all he's gotta say. Well, guys, have I done everything then on this planet? Tells Zeron. Militia leader? Where's this guy? It's the militia leader. Surely he's gonna be around here, right? Or a guy we normally buy stuff from's gone. Private door, still can't get through that. What'd she say?
I am able to serve. Forgive me, but
Forgive me, but before you go, I must ask, why do you do this? Why do you seek to help me, teach me?
you must not do this. I cannot.
You have curious views for a Sith? I do not understand where your power over the dark side comes from. You are too even-tempered and submissive for my... Oh. Can I back out?
There is more to the Sith than... The galaxy is filled with many such evils.
Let's see what she says.
And rarely have I seen anything else.
What do you mean? We have spoken enough. I must go. Okay, what do you
I
mean?
remember little of my homeworld before I entered my master's service. It is not a subject which I have spoken
Influence
of
success.
since its destruction.
Let's go. How did your master destroy your homeworld to kill on such a scale as possible? I've seen similar acts.
I've heard tales of Malachor.
Yes.
It is said that many of my people felt the end of the Mandalorian Wars from across the galaxy. But do not mistake me. I did not mean to draw comparisons between Qatar and Malachor. My homeworld still exists. It is intact. I am not certain I did. I was there when the planet died, to see
What's she
everything
talking
around
about?
you extinguished.
Oh.
It was as if I was blinded. It was as if the Force had been bled from the world.
Crazy. As if everything suddenly went silent.
I imagine there are worse deaths, worse pain. But if there are, I do not know them. I was the only living thing remaining on the planet of Qatar. And my life,
That's crazy.
my agony, was a
Holy
flicker
shit.
in the darkness that was the planet. All that I had been connected.
Dude, that's crazy to me. The planet was just like, I mean, it was, yeah, just straight up destroyed.
The planet was not destroyed.
It remains in
remains.
orbits, dead in
It
space,
orbits,
but nothing lives on its
dead in
surface.
space. but nothing lives on its surface. It echoes, but there's no one left to hear it.
We'll be going. We gain light side points gain. Son of a bitch. I didn't mean to gain light side points. Private door. What's in here? I've been through all of that. All right. Oh, of course we can't go through that. Okay, cool. So make sure there's like not something. Make sure there's nothing else we can like do here. I don't know if I've talked to everyone just yet. Is there anyone out here? Oh, we can loot his body, guys. We got a Jedi Master Robe. We're gonna go out here. Dude, so we now have a shit ton of credits that we can actually get a lot of med packs with. And guys, we got a lightsaber for our party member. So let me go to T3 real quick. I'm gonna upgrade an item. Where's the double-bladed lightsaber? There it is. And crystal. Run violet. Run purple. Gonna assemble that. And then
The honor.
we'll give her the double-bladed.
Where's mine?
There we go. Look at that. Problem has been solved, guys. She now has a lightsaber. Dude, where's the militia leader at? This militia leader guy that I'm supposed to talk to. Cave crawling. The militia leader? Zaron, the militia leader? I think that's my last quest to kind of turn in and get XP for, but I don't know where this guy sits. Where's he camped out at? Remains. Oh. HK droid processor. Guys, stop. No way. We got our HK part? Dude, that's awesome. I'm glad to finally just have that now for our HK droid. Guys, we're gonna get HK-47 right back. Just one planet at a time. Also, not really sure where this guy was. We're gonna go to the Enclave Courtyard. I don't think we have to go here. But I'm trying to find this guy and I don't really remember where he was at. So I'm gonna run around for just a little bit longer. And then what we'll do, guys, is we'll head back to the ship. I will travel to the next planet and then I'll probably save and pop in Star Wars Episode 3. And we'll just at least play the first mission on that, see what that's like, because that's been forever since I played that. Do I need to talk to any of these guys? Probably not.
Can I help? I'm not paid to talk to you. Move along.
Yep. He's not happy. And why do we have these weapons out, man? What's going on? Give me my lightsaber. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. Alright, is there anybody out here for us to talk to? Anybody? It gets blurry as hell when we run this night speed, guys.
He wouldn't do anything different if he was in our situation.
I heard you were I still got some Jedi junk left. Certainly.
Alright. Yeah, what is she selling? Oh, we got crystals. She's got some more red crystals. Ooh, an energy cell. Massive criticals, that's cool. On-hit properties, slow DC, 25% for 2 rounds. Yeah, those are all kinda... and all kinds of upgrades, actually. There we go. Did she have any heals?
I still got some Jedi.
I don't think she did.
Certainly. Take.
What's the armor showing? Man, it's terrible, bro. Okay. I'm gonna cancel that. So I'm gonna worry about that. I was able to get some nice upgrades. Let's run that speed again. Now it's gonna be blurry as hell, guys, so we can't tell what's happening. Stop moving for a second. There we go. Was there anyone for us to talk to outside of one of these doors? Because I could have swore I thought there was. I was thinking there was going to be someone outside of this enclave, because I don't want to really go back through the enclave. And there is nothing. Well, that's great. Okay. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna go back through that enclave at all. Instead of just running around too much longer, I think I want to see where this goes real quick. Planes. We'll just go back to the planes. We'll go back to the ship, and we'll do what we were kind of talking about earlier. But yeah, we're gonna go back. We'll travel to the next planet, see what kind of cutscenes we get, you know, and see what's happening. I hope we get like a cutscene of some sort to see like what's going on with other characters within the game. And I hope it shows us just a few things. Here we go, guys. Blurry screen again. Dude, I still can't believe that this is now the base on Dantooine is the Metali house. What's out here again? Nothing we need. Back to the ship. Pretty sure we can always come back to this planet too if we want to get that quest completed.
Greeting. May I be a relief? If you will pick.
Okay. I didn't have anything to talk to him about. Let's play the hand of Pazak? No, we already did this guy. He was impossible. He was impossible, bro. Alright guys, you guys got any recommendations on what planet to visit next? Let me know. We're pretty much done with Dantooine. Technically we got one quest left. We gotta talk to someone to just close out a quest, but we can always come back and do it. I just want to go ahead and advance and see if we get any cutscenes. Kind of moving forward, I want to see if there's any more going on within the game as we go from planet to planet. Handmaiden going.
That is how flesh and blood fights.
Oh?
Let me show you how one fights when one's life is the Force.
I won't let you harm him. I have heard of your kind.
Wait, what?
You worship strength, when all it does is rot you from within.
You echo another's words, and as an echo it lacks strength. Who is it who has taught you of the Sith?
I will not reveal my mistress, and I will not allow you to harm the one I travel with.
I cannot harm him. His wound lies deeper than any blade could reach. That is why I follow him, and protect him.
Protect him? I do not believe you.
You do not believe that I would follow him to death?
Let's go.
Certainly you have read as much in my movements as I have in yours. There's no shame in your feelings, Sister of the Echani.
Be silent. You know nothing of what you speak.
You are alone
pissed.
and wounded in your own way. I can feel its pulse, like a heartbeat from the past. But if you will not believe that I mean him no harm, then believe this. I wish to learn from him. I wish to learn how it is he still walks, when his spirit is nothing more than a shell. When you feel as though the Force, as if life itself has abandoned you. I had a question for you, Sister of the Echani.
Oh?
The exile.
What does he look like?
What does he look like?
Like a man, but it is more than that. And I do not have the words. He is selfish, at times lacking discipline to his urges. My mistress was right about him. The galaxy has poisoned his heart, but yet I hope that he can be redeemed. It is a faint hope, and I find that I cannot help but follow him. There is a feeling that emanates from him, like a sound from far away, that has traveled a vast distance to reach you.
Talking about
Like
me
an
and my
echo.
character. This is
Your
interesting.
words are well chosen, Sister of the Echani. I will not harm him. But it is not me you should fear. There are darker things in the galaxy than a blind one such as I.
Something troubles you, servant of Atris.
Leave me be.
I have seen what you have seen, the slow seduction of the Sith. Perhaps we are more allies than you know. I fear the exile has let his feelings for the Miraluka affect his judgment, and it will doom him.
There is still hope.
I do not believe so, and neither do you. You have seen his stance, his movements. They mirror hers, not yours. But do not mistake my intent. We are together in this, and if we stand together, we may yet prevent a greater tragedy.
I do not believe you, and I do not trust you.
What you think is of no concern. What the exile thinks is what should concern us.
Yo, that was kind of crazy. Okay. let's go to our damaged HK unit. Let's go. Dialogue again. Let's see. Okay, we got nothing. Alright, cool. Let's go ahead. We're gonna go to another planet. Then we'll go ahead and save. Well, let me save right now, and then we'll go to another planet, and then we'll save again. Alright guys, now so we're at Dantooine. Let's see what planets we got. Okay, so Dantooine, there's Paragus 2, which that planet looks like it's been wrecked. Citadel Station? So we've already been, those are like the two older planets. Korriban, I won't worry about just yet. Onderon, I was told about that. Forest. Narshada. Decayed urban zones. Refugee landing pad. Korriban. Let's go to Onderon. I think that's like the next place to kind of head to. We're gonna go ahead and do that. Might also increase this, guys. I want this to kind of fill the screen. I don't like cutting off those bars.
Well, this is Onderon. Looks like there's a long line to get into the ISIS starport.
Something feels wrong here. A great disturbance here in orbit, and again on the planets below.
I guess this blockade is a symptom of larger problems on Onderon. Looks like we're about to find out. I'm receiving a message from some Colonel Tobin. Patching it through.
The Ebon Hawk. I was told to expect your arrival. I don't know your business on Onderon, but it ends here.
Oh no, guys.
We've taken some hits. We can try to fight back, or I can outrun them and hide us on the jungle moon nearby. It's your call.
I'll main the turret, just keep her steady. Alright, bet. Probably gonna suck at this, but I wanna see what this is like. I imagine it'll just be like shooting the turret in the first one. We'll have to change up the controls a little bit, if it's possible. So right now, guys, we have entered. We've gone to like we're traveling to Onderon, and now they're sending plane. Or they're sending a bunch of we got a bunch of enemies on us now. Shoot them down. Where the hell are they? I don't know where. Oh, 6. literally no enemies. Oh, there's one right there. Crossing from my face. Can't get him. So, under. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, friends. Like, I have no idea what I guess I can't even shoot that. The game's like freezing up on me. I can't see anybody, bro. It's terrible. Who am I supposed to even shoot? It doesn't show any enemies. So I'm shooting at him? Oh my gosh, man. I can't. Yo, he's like not aiming me in the right place. Sucks. Will I survive? Will I crash here? Will I die? I can't. He's tilting the ship. He's tilting the ship. I can't hit him. Bro. He kept tilting the ship on me. I couldn't hit the enemies. It's like, oh, there they are, but they're out of your line of sight, so you can't even shoot them. And then they're sitting there, you're just taking hits the whole time. Is it how the root fight go? Oh, I eventually got him. It only took me a few tries, but I kind of realized he had phases. It was like you go through phase 1, get him down to half health, and then it's just like, oh, now you got dialogue. And you're just both standing there talking. And then we entered phase 2.
I can't keep us in one piece much longer. Sorry to spoil your fun, but we've got to land now. I'm gonna put...
Oh, so maybe that was gonna happen regardless. Yeah, Prince. I eventually had to like go back to a previous save, and then I had to go and buy a bunch of med packs. So I bought like 30 med packs, dude. You said ain't no big loss in the space battle. Gotcha. Yeah, it frustrated me.
You know, just once I wish someone was glad to see us. But no, if it isn't weapons pointed at our heads, it's someone trying to blast us out of the sky.
Alright,
It's taken a little damage, nothing too serious. I'm shutting down all unnecessary systems until we make repairs. It'll keep us from being a target.
Alright, bet. They're still hunting us? Where did we land?
Looks like one of the moons of Onderon. Not sure which one. It's mostly jungle and mountain.
Mostly
I did pick up the remains of an old outpost near here.
Yo, what up,
Maybe
dog?
that's why there's all
Welcome
these
back,
clearings
dude.
around. Maybe they were once
Should be
settlements.
the only one in the game with an optional
Those
minigame
clearings
that
were most likely
resembles
once
it on
craters
Phase 3.
or
Gotcha.
crash sites.
Crash sites?
Oh, let's go,
This is
guys.
Dalton, where the Mandalorians began their crusade against the Republic.
Yo, Dalton, you're just
The
in
remains of
time
whatever
because
outposts
I'm
you
about to
detected
save
here
and
are
then
military.
pop in
Dalton used
Star Wars
blinker.
Episode 3 for a
Here
little
we
bit.
go.
Let's do it, Dalton.
3, 2, 1.
Oh, you guys can't even see the smoke. It's not even fun. Dang it. So yeah, hold that thought, twin. Basically, once I get done with these dialogue options, I'm gonna save and pop in.
One does
episode
not
3.
simply ignore
Hey,
the like button.
Guys, thank you so much for the likes coming through. We got one coming through over there on YouTube. Losing my voice a little bit. Alright.
Until the ship is repaired.
There may be a means to get to Onderon, Ban. We should explore our surroundings.
Alright.
Something? Oh, there's something here, all right.
I'm trying to skip through this so I can
Nevertheless,
just
we should
save and
explore
pop in
our
episode
surroundings.
3.
And that nearby
No,
outpost
no,
would be as
Dalton.
good a place as any to begin.
I'm just like mixing it up with something different at the end of tonight's stream. I just wanted to test out episode 3, get a feel for it. Oh, I know I love it. Like I episode 3 is what I played growing up. Here we go. We got This is idiot. Okay, let's head
Well,
out.
if you go, be careful. No.
I have a feeling the ship will not be repaired until our business here is concluded.
Yeah, I understand. What's so important about this place?
This is where the Mandalorian Wars began.
Oh, shit.
He fought here once, and there are things here he must...
He fought here? Why didn't he say anything?
Do you speak of all your battles?
I'm just skipping through that. Alright, cool. Yo, let's go, guys. Now we can save. Una más blanca, por favor. Alright, let me save on game 1. Now we're gonna do this. We're gonna test this. We're gonna test episode 3 out. I want to kind of get a feel for it and go through like the first mission. I already recall exactly what happens. We're already episode 3. We're landing on the Grievous's ship, and we're already coming in with Obi-Wan and Anakin Skywalker. Like, I know that's the first mission already. But what's cool is you start off really weak and then you work your way up towards all the upgrades and everything. None of those. Right here. Nope. That's not it. There it is. Alright guys, here we go. We will start a brand new game. Wait, what? We've already played some? No, Dalton. I have not played any of this yet. It's not my first time playing the game. I have played it in the past. And when I say played it in the past, I mean I haven't played it in probably like 10 years, man. But like I just remember, I recall. I mean, if it was like, this is epic, bro. Look at that. I don't like how that's so like small. Maybe that's just the cutscene. Maybe the left. I think the left and right bars actually do show up there. Here we are. Here we are. Bro, are you ready for this, Dalton? Oh my gosh. I'm not even wearing my necklace, man. Oh, I'm getting copyrighted for sure. It's so epic. Gotta blink real fast. Real fast. Alright, let's go. Alright, so we already know Revenge of the Sith, Episode 3. War. The Republic is crumbling under attacks by the ruthless Sith Lord Count Dooku. There are heroes on both sides, evil is everywhere. In a stunning move, the fiendish droid leader, General Grievous, is swept into the Republic capital and kidnapped Chancellor Palpatine, leader of the Galactic Senate. As the Separatist droid army attempts to flee the Beskar besieged attempts, holy shit, I can't talk, to flee the besieged capital with their, yeah. I fell behind there. I fell way behind. Holy cow, guys. That's what exclamation point blinker does.
The General's command ship is dead ahead.
Well, have you noticed the shields are still up? Sorry, Master.
Here we go. It's action time, guys. We can leave up right from here. Oh, it's such an epic moment. Oh my god. Dude, let's go. Let's go. Yep. Now he's gonna fight some droids.
Locate the Chancellor.
Let's do it, guys. Let's do it.
The Chancellor isn't in this hangar. We have to move on.
We can block. We can block. I don't know what that does.
Anakin, be careful. Try mixing light and heavy attacks.
Thanks for the tip.
More spare parts. Watch those canisters.
We got more spare parts, guys.
These things don't know when to quit, do they?
Okay, we're testing out different combos, different
cheap Federation droids.
He's stunned. Lightsaber throw. Lightsaber throw. Hey. Oh my gosh. Yo, Anakin's filthy.
Use the Force, Anakin.
Good advice.
You couldn't hit a sandcrawler.
Yo, okay. That's kind of fun. I like these different combos, man. These are really fun.
Deflect their fire.
You can't beat me.
Hey, let's go.
R2, see if you can get those catwalks moving. I don't think so.
Alright, here we go.
R2 needs some cover. Use combination attacks against those super battle droids.
Tell me something I don't know.
And stay down.
Oh shit.
These droids never learn.
Ah, I just tossed him off the cliff. Or off the ledge there.
Much better.
Stay down. You make this too
Dang
easy.
it, Obi-Wan. Obi-Wan's just taking all my kills, dude.
Nice work, R2.
Let me do that.
Hurry. We still have a mission to complete.
More scrap metal coming fast. Scrap metal.
No backtracking now. We can't stay here fighting droids, Anakin.
The Force is telling me something here.
We must use the Force to move this wreckage.
Shit. Hell yeah, Obi-Wan. Let's go.
This debris is too heavy. I can't lift it alone.
I'm on it.
Let's go. Yo, let's go. Oh, this is cool.
Your lightsaber can deflect their fire. Take this.
Can I take this one? No challenge at all.
These droids don't quit. We don't have time to play around here, Anakin. Hurry. We still have a mission to complete.
Here's your beautiful space that Jesus capable of all.
R2, see what you can do about
Dude,
those
let's
shields.
Go, dog. Oh man. Oh shit.
He says the droids have activated a lockout protocol.
Is there any way around it?
There's a shutoff in that landing grid over there. I'll take care of it.
Bet. There it is.
We need to access that control console.
Ah, there'll be no match, man. Nah, we got this. Easy.
These droids again.
We need to override that lockout.
I'm on it.
Anakin, use that console.
It's about time. Hold on. I sense something. Feel
Force
the power.
surge, max force increase. Dude, I needed that.
That did it.
Those are huge. Oh, we get to play as Obi-Wan now. Oh, hell yeah.
Anakin, I could use your help here.
I'll take care of it.
I hope you're having a good time. Is that all you got?
These droids aren't getting any smarter.
Use the Force to jump from here.
Oh, hell yeah. We use
Force jump, Anakin.
Yo. Ground, we can just jump like 100 feet in the air.
Watch those snipers.
I can handle this.
Force jump, Anakin. I'll cover R2. You take those snipers out.
One step ahead of you, Master.
Bro, let's go.
I need some assistance over here.
Alright,
use the Force.
Let's help Obi-Wan.
There is a disturbance in the Force.
R2, shut those shields down.
Your lightsaber can deflect their fire.
Chief Federation droids.
These droids need to be taught a lesson. Obi-Wan, watch out!
Ah, we got this, dude.
Use combination attacks against those super battle droids.
That'll help. Nice work, R2.
I'll never get tired of this.
Come on now. No, we're messing these droids up.
R2's done it.
Let's get moving. The Chancellor's waiting.
We can handle this, R2. You stay here with the ships.
Bro, here we go. Now we get to do the upgrades. Found one secret. Okay, here we go. Upgrade terminal. Force heal is always nice. For all of these, man. Okay. Attacks, area attacks, critical attacks. Oh, they got combat skills and force power. Dude, okay, that's gonna take me forever. Damn, dude, you can do so many upgrades. That's crazy. Alright guys, that was the first mission. Yo! Love that we got to play a little bit of that. It wasn't very much, but that was, dude, that was awesome. And then we run as Obi-Wan next, because there's multiple characters. You just kind of bounce back and forth between all these different missions. This is gonna be really fun. They got, hold on, they got multiplayer versus and cooperative. We're on normal. There's hard. Oh, we can put on hard. That's crazy. We're gonna save it. Settings. No. Back out. There we go. And then I wanted to look up features. You can replay movies. There's concept art. That's cool. That's cool. Dude, we can look at some of the concept art. We have to unlock them. Alright guys, are you sure you want to exit to the main menu? Oh. Well, I already saved. I might keep subtitles on actually. Go ahead and save that again, and then we're gonna go ahead and back out of that. Alright guys, so that is, we're gonna go ahead and kind of wind down for the night. That's probably gonna be about it. I wanted to go ahead and just play that first mission to kind of get a feel for the game and see what I was kind of getting into. And dude, this is gonna be a fun grind. We got a long ways to go before we reach max level. And I imagine we'll play through the game a few times just to get to that. So for right now, guys, our main grind's still going to be KOTOR 2, but I might start throwing in some Star Wars Episode 3 at the end of the night. And then weekends, if I stream on the weekends, then we can just run like Episode 3 on the weekends too. But I do still want to keep grinding out KOTOR 2 as well. It has such a good story. There we go. Get the tones running. But yeah, I am gonna go ahead and kind of hop off for the night, guys. I do appreciate you guys all tuning in to the stream tonight. We're just gonna continue on and do the same thing tomorrow night, right around 7:30 p.m. Central Time. And yeah, guys, we're gonna keep grinding out KOTOR 2 and progressing through. And then we're gonna start sprinkling in some Star Wars Episode 3. But anyways, that's gonna be the plan moving forward, guys. I am currently live on Twitch, Kick, YouTube, and TikTok. All you guys have to do is look up IG for IG Studios, and you guys will find me. I'm typically posting clips daily. Today we ended up posting like a full-length video on TikTok. So we're gonna get back to like short clips. We'll be posting more short clips tomorrow and the days after that. But anyways, guys, if you guys are interested, we do currently have the QR code for the Discord server. If you guys want to join, you can get live notifications anytime I go live on stream, as well as anytime I basically post clips on YouTube and TikTok. Or actually, I think it's just the links for the YouTube. But anytime I'm posting on YouTube, I'm typically posting on TikTok as well. But anyways, yep, that's gonna be the plan moving forward, guys. I do appreciate you guys once again for tuning into the stream tonight. We got to progress a lot of things, and then even try out a new game as well. It is actually a game I played in my childhood, but it's not a game I've played any time recently. So, but anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and hop out of here, guys, and I will catch everyone tomorrow night. You guys have a great night.